Okay, so the question is that a mother is asking that if she wants to send her son overseas to study, well, should she send overseas or should she send locally? I actually will have an answer that perhaps will not, you will find it a little bit surprising. Parents, do not live your dreams through your children. Do not live your dreams through your children. Because if you do so, a higher probability is that those dreams will backfire and your children will resent you. Nobody could have forced me to go to Medina. Nobody. To go through what I went through, and Allah knows that and you know, Shaykh Yasir knows a little bit of my story, and I know his story as well. The trials and the tribulations and the fitan and the difficulties and whatnot, it had to come from the heart. It had to come from, I wanted it. And I wanted it with a passion that comes from inside. I know students that were sent to Medina, not from America, nobody sent, back then nobody, from other countries, Muslim majority countries. Their parents forced them. They were the laziest, the worst, the most bad adab, and they would do things in the holy city that would shock you. Because they're not there for their own reasons. They're there because their father, their mother had a dream, and they didn't do the dream, and they want to live that dream to their kids. I'm very blunt. I have, alhamdulillah, 4 children. 3 of them are teenagers. 1 is actually above a teenager now. I know what being a parent is like. Don't force your children to do an advanced degree or studies of Islam that you yourself didn't do. What were you doing at 19? Let me ask you. So you think your son in this environment is going to be 10 steps ahead of you? It's not going to happen. You give him good encouragement and say, look, and this is what you should do as parents. From the beginning, you know, make sure that they have some good tarbiyah, akhlaq, Quran, go to halaqat and whatnot, and then encourage them, give them ideas. Hey, if you want to study full time, I'm going to help you, you know. By the time they get to 15, 16, they're really serious about this, you know, incentivize them more. By the time they're really able to decide, that is when it has to come from their heart and not yours. And lay it out for them. Say, hey, you know what? It's always been my desire and dream you go and study full time. And if you do so, well, we're going to be proud of you, but you're going to have to want to do this yourself. And we'll help you, we'll support you, etc., etc. But you have to want to do it. And if not, then, you know, alhamdulillah, whatever you decide, as long as you're a good person, you have to give them that encouragement. I know of people who force their kids to go to madrasas, tahfeel schools and whatnot. And it ended up backfiring, especially in this modern culture, especially in this day and age. So I'm going to be very blunt here. Don't force your children to do these types of things unless they want to do it, especially when it involves leaving family and going overseas. Allahu A'lam.
I share the same, of course, you know, response in that regard. However, I want to just mention one thing here is that in order for you to send your kids there, if you send them there, as a matter of fact, you have to make sure that to avoid some of the mistakes that happened with students from the past who spent more time there for many, many years before they came to the US. I would recommend that they come during the summertime to come over here to practice some of that knowledge so that they would never really forget about their culture. The problem is that when they spend all their years over there in Medina, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, they just forget about, you know, the culture of their country and their land when they come back over here. So therefore, you're going to have to keep them for at least a year of cultural quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
Before they can give fatwa, before they can start giving halaqat or durus and so on, they need to live here first so they can now realize, okay, whatever answer I should give, it's within the context of the culture of our time.